in Nuzlocke. That means if one of your Pokémon faints, it is dead. And you can only catch the very first Pokémon you see on every route.
I chose a grass type, Grookey, and named him Drummer Boy. They just pass right through. Like a ghost. Spooky. I caught this tiny bug which I proceeded to name Chuck, into the wild area. The problem with this area is that it has no routes, so I don't know how many Pokémon to catch there. I decided to catch 3 Pokémon in 3 different areas. Into Motostoke Chuck fully evolved into a beautiful butterfly. We went through Galamine, where I caught Rocky, and met this dude named Bede. The darkest day was a time where a whole bunch of Pokémon started Dynamaxing out of nowhere, and accidentally breaking everything. Tone finally evolved from that battle, meaning he will actually be good. Kung Fu Panda evolved into an absolute monster, but as we were talking, we heard a deafening explosion from the ruins nearby.
Wow, what in the world was that? Sounds like it came from the direction of the ruins too.
Welcome back to the Nuzlocke. In case you did not see or remember the first part, it is linked in the description. But basically, we ended on beating the 4th out of 8 gyms, and we heard a big explosion nearby. Now, when we go over to see what caused the damage, it was none other than the trainer Bede trying to find some sort of energy source. Luckily I showed up, so I bully him and his Pokémon until the police get there to arrest him. Then, Scientist Sonia rambles about some strong doggies or something. Honestly, I don't really care. What I do care about is getting the next gym badge, so we keep heading forward through the Glimwood Tangle. In this forest we had a very long battle against a Pokémon I could have caught, but we accidentally kill it after almost 4 minutes. Also in the forest, we grind for experience until Rocky and Drummer Boy both fully evolve. We then continued into the next town called Balanlia. This is where the next gym is, which I'm not too worried about because Tone has a type advantage over the fairy type Pokémon. Also, the gym has trivia involved, and, as you may know, I have a lot of Pokémon knowledge. I immediately entered the gym and started battling the trainers and answering questions. The first question was very easy, since both answers are correct. The next question, from the next trainer, was a bit harder, but I've played this game so many times that I've mesmerized this answer too. The last trainer was Annette. The final trainer asked a question that I'm pretty sure there is no way of know. You would just have to guess, except I also remembered that the answer is omelets, so I got that right too. After beating all of the trainers, it's time to fight the gym leader herself, Opal. Opal is based off of the Queen of England, so she is a bit intimidating, but I believe in Tone. I answer all of her questions correctly, which boosts our stats, making us stronger. Her nickname is the Wizard. Her favorite color is the same as mine, purple. All the while, Tone is instantly killing most of her Pokémon, and we beat the gym with minimal damage. Good work team. Opal and I head to the next route, but Opal leaves me to talk to Bede about joining her as a fairy type trainer. On the next route I have a battle with our rival Hop, when tragedy strikes. Hop sent out his Boltund, which is an electric type. I had out Drummer Boy, but he was switched out of the battle with Roar, and Chuck came in. Although I knew that Chuck was weak to electric moves, I thought he could live at least 1 hit. This proved to be wrong, and Chuck was instantly killed with 1 hit. My favorite Pokémon on my team, that I trained from a weak caterpillar into a magnificent butterfly, has died. I was pretty salty about this death. I will not forgive you, Hop. But my mood changed after that, because I caught this big boy that I named Bing Bong. Then things got even better as we got to Route 8, where I caught one of my favorite Pokémon, Sneasel, and I named him Sneek. From there we entered the next, and one of my favorite towns, the snow-themed Circhester. I wandered around the city for a bit, visiting places such as the clothing store, a hotel, and a steakhouse called, and I quote, Bob's Your Uncle. Great name. But, I couldn't stay there for long, because we had to enter the ice gym. It should be another easy win, because Bing Bong is strong against ice, and Rocky is even stronger against it. We now had 6 of 8 badges, but the last 2 gyms are pretty difficult. Before that, we destroyed Hop and Team Yell in some battles, and then I was on to the next town of Spikemuth. This is a very shady town, where there is little technology, and probably lots of illegal deals. But it turns out that this city is the home of the next gym, so I reluctantly continued. Before I went into the gym building itself, Marnie challenged me to a battle. She has the home field advantage since Spikemuth is where Marnie grew up, but I have Kung Fu Panda, so he just punched her entire team into a wall. Also because of him, I can probably blow through most of this dark type gym. After a few practice fights against Team Yell, it was time to challenge the gym leader, Pierce. And, the battle was actually harder than I expected. I had to switch into Sneek about halfway through the fight, and he almost died to Malama. Luckily I was able to use Rocky and Tone to clutch out the battle and move on. After that there is only one gym left, but even before that I remembered that I could go evolve Sneek. I was really excited to have one of my all-time favorites on my team, so I did a bit of training before the final gym. And even though the Dragon Gym is by far the hardest, my team was a few levels higher, so I thought I would give it a try. I started with Kung Fu Panda and Sneek because Panda is good against Yagalith, and Sneek is good against Fligan. Now before I say what happened next, I want you to guess. Was it option A, we kill all of the other Pokémon and live happily ever after? B, one of my Pokémon tragically gets killed in one hit? Or C, some other third thing? The answer is B. Gigalith, for some reason, had body press, which is 4 times effective against Sneek, and instantly killed him. I just spent so long training and evolving Sneek, and he just dies. After that loss my team was filled with determination and beat the rest of the gym. Panda came very close to dying near the end, but he pulled through and we won the battle. There you go, we beat all 8 gyms. But to beat the game we still have to beat the champion, Leon, in a tournament against all of the strongest trainers in Gala. Hop and I took a train to Route 10, where I caught this snom that I named Snail, because it looks like a snail. Also it's the combination of the word snow and hail, since it is an ice type. Then I played with and cooked for Snail until we were friends, and it evolved. After that, I continued on Route 10 where I had 2 very close calls. Rocky was left on 4 health while fighting a clay doll, and Drummer Boy just barely held on with 2 HP in a double battle. It was close, but my ads hung on, and we finally got to the final town, called Wyndon. Wyndon is practically the London of the Pokémon universe, meaning it's the capital of Galar, and it's where the Champions Tournament is being held. We have a lot of battles ahead of us, so I stocked up on healing potions before entering the final stadium. Before we get to take on Leon, my team will have to beat all of our rivals throughout the game, as well as some of the gym leaders again. These battles take a long time, so I will simplify it for you. Drummer Boy and Panda easily beat Marnie. Hop took a while to beat, however the team pulled through again. Finally we fought Bede. He was supposed to be disqualified after blowing up that shrine a while back, but I let him try since I knew Bing Bong could sweep the whole team. And he did. After that I moved on to battling the gym leaders. First I fought the water type user Nessa, but Drummer Boy single-handedly won the battle. After that we fought the ghost type user, Alistair, who was once again easily beaten by Kung Fu Panda alone. The last gym leader was the dragon type Raihan. As much as I'd love to say this was another easy win, it was certainly more difficult than I imagined. Raihan is an expert at using the weather to his advantage in a battle. He sent out the fire type Torkoal first, which had the ability to make the weather sunny. This weather change makes fire type moves very strong, but I was able to defeat it with Kung Fu Panda. After that she was pretty tired, so I switched in Bing Bong while Raihan used Turtonator, stupidly forgetting that it is a fire type with sunny weather still in play. In one turn, Bing Bong was killed because of my mistake. With the combined efforts of the remaining team, we beat Raihan. I replaced the empty spot left in the squad with Julius, who I caught back on Route 9. I had to train him up for quite a while, however he eventually became the same level as the rest of the team. With this group of 6 Pokémon, I headed out to the field to fight Leon. Right before the battle actually begins, Chairman Rose appears on the monitor. He explains that he was working on creating an infinite power source when something went wrong, and Eternatus was released. Eternatus is an extremely strong legendary Pokémon that was capable of providing infinite energy, but now it has broken free and started attacking everyone. Hop, Leon, and I rushed over to the power plant where Eternatus is running rampant, but Chairman Rose stops us. He explains how he will protect Eternatus no matter what. Even if it causes damage, he wants to keep it alive to produce energy forever. Since Rose is blocking our path, the only way to get through is defeating him in a battle. Because all problems in this world are solved with violence. Rose only uses steel types, so Rocky can beat most of them with his fire type attacks. Near the end of the battle, his Caparaja used a ground type move that was 4 times effective, and Rocky nearly died. He stayed in and won the battle against the chairman. After that we headed to the roof, where we met Eternatus. Leon immediately tried to catch it, but it broke out and blew him back. Then Hop and I tried to fight it, but our attacks did nothing. It seemed pretty hopeless for the team since we could do absolutely nothing. Then, out of nowhere, the big doggo that we saw in the forest near the beginning of the game, as well as another dog, joined us to help defeat Eternatus. I caught it, but I put it away, because it's just way too overpowered. After that whole debacle, it's actually time to fight Leon now. I headed on the field for the final time. As I have said, I've played this game before, so I knew what Pokémon he had. I knew he would send out Aegislash first, so I sent out Rocky with his fire moves. Then I used Snail to beat Axorus, and Kung Fu Panda to beat Dragapult. Drummer Boy easily beat Seismitoad, and Rocky took care of Cinderace, but he took a bit of damage. All that was left was Charizard. I kept Rocky in for one turn, but he took too much damage, so I had to already switch out. I switched in turn to take up one turn of Charizard's Dynamax, but it did so much that I had to switch out again. Now I only had one option left. Julius was my last healthy Pokémon that could possibly take a hit from this beast. My lad hung on, and I instantly used a max potion to heal him next turn. Charizard did a bit more damage during that turn, but it was too late for him. Julius used one water spout, and it was enough to win us the battle. We are officially the champions of the Galar region. With 5 total deaths, we have beaten Pokémon Shield as a Nuzlocke. Thank you lads for waiting so long for this video. I know that the last part was quite a while ago, but I'm sure you can tell that this was a longer video that took a lot of editing. Please let me know if you liked the video, and if you have more suggestions for other videos. Thank you again, and I will see you later, lads.